Okay, gene expression from gene to protein. So you already talked about how DNA was discovered and everybody was debating over DNA, being the responsible for inheritance or not. But if you would, this is a gene, this is DNA, but one portion of it, one side of it, it tells the cell what protein to make. For example, if I have, the information content of a gene is a specific sequence of nucleotides. The DNA inherited by an organism leads to specific traits by dictating the synthesis of proteins. Proteins are the links between genotype and phenotype. Do you know what is genotype and phenotype? Quickly, let's go over that. Genotype is this, genetic makeup of a person. And phenotype means physical appearance. Somebody has blonde hair, somebody has black hair, somebody has blue eyes, somebody has brown eyes. Those physical traits are called phenotype. Okay? And gene expression, the process by which DNA directs protein synthesis, right here. Do you see the difference between this and that? This is an albino deer, and that's a normal deer. What determines the albinism? Genotype. And albinism is a phenotype, physical appearance. Physical appearance is to be an albino. And then, of course, this one, genotype, is the normal genotype. This one, genotype, is an albino genotype. I hope I'm making some sense. Here we go. Again, raccoon. This is a raccoon that is an albino raccoon. If you have not seen it, here is one. Okay, so there are a few terminologies that you should know. Basic principle of transcription, and the lab you're going to do on Thursday. That's why I have to push this chapter a little bit today. So on Thursday you can easily do the lab because of today's lecture, and of course Wednesday's lecture as well. So the RNA is the bridge between gene and the proteins for which they encode. Transcription, it means synthesis. That's what transcription means. Synthesis of RNA based on DNA. For example, if you have a DNA like this, if you have a DNA like this, T, A, G, A, C. Okay, let's do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6. That's perfect. Okay, so what would be, that's a DNA, one side of it, it gets transcribed, the RNA, what would be the RNA? T, what would be the RNA? A, what would be the C, G, C, A. There is no T in RNA, so it is U. You remember the differences between RNA and DNA? A little bit. And then A, what is it? U, C, G. Oh, hey, G. So that would be transcription. I just transcribed my DNA. This is DNA, I transcribed it. So transcription means making RNA based on DNA. That's the definition of transcription. I gave you the definition of transcription. Transcription means making RNA based on DNA. Yes?
How come the first one has
Huh?
How come the first one has
TA.
Oh.
RNA has adenine. RNA does not have thymine. But A, supposed to be T, right? We don't have T in RNA. We have U. Did I answer your question? Okay. And then messenger RNA is the RNA that lives in eukaryotic cells it leaves the nucleus and goes to cytoplasm, and translation occurs in cytoplasm. Translation, it means protein synthesis in 2 words. Transcription in 2 words means RNA synthesis. Translation in 2 words means protein synthesis. Trump, is that right? I want to make some sense. And then of course, where translation occur in ribosomes. Protein synthesis occur in ribosomes. They have a place. And the last sentence here, it says in prokaryotic translation of mRNA can begin before transcription has finished. It means transcription and translation in prokaryotic cells can happen simultaneously. It can happen, but in eukaryotic cells, no. First transcription, then translation. Transcription is finished, goes to the nucleus, goes to cytoplasm, the mRNA, and translation occurs. Okay, here is called central dogma in biology that you have this is a prokaryotic cells, this is eukaryotic cells. You have nucleus, you have DNA, based on DNA, RNA synthesized, RNA, of course, pre-RNA, that's called transcription. RNA leaves the nucleus, goes to cytoplasm, goes through the ribosomes, and then the ribosomes, then amino acids. These are, each one of these blue balls is an amino acid. You all know this. All of these amino acids are combined together to make a protein molecule. And that's translation. Translation occurs in cytoplasm, transcription occurs in nucleus. In prokaryotic cells, transcription, DNA, transcription occurring, and then of course translation, there is no nucleus occurring. But as I said, these two can happen. Transcription and translation can occur simultaneously. A primary transcript is the initial RNA transcript from any gene prior to processing. And this is the central dogma in biology, DNA, RNA, protein molecules. Okay, so the central dogma is the concept that cells are governed by a cellular chain of command. This is president. This is what is it? The generals, and of course in the field, soldiers are making protein molecules. So chain of commands, if you will. The genetic code, how are the instructions of assembly amino acids into proteins encoded into DNA. There are 20 amino acids, but there are only 4 nucleotides. 20 amino acids from beginning of semester. How many nucleotides? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 nucleotides. In here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I making some sense? In RNA, there are 4. In DNA, there are 4. In computer, those of you study computer, what is the codes? Anybody knows? Oh. In computers, what are the codes in computers? 0 and 1. Everything you're doing is based on 0 and 1. 2 numbers, 0, 1. How many do we have here? All of the living organisms on planet Earth. Bacteria, plants, fungi. Strawberry you're going to deal with, not deal with today. They all have 4 nucleotides. Everything is based on 4 nucleotides. There are more amino acids, but we human have 20 amino acids. 20 amino acids for human. Okay, how many nucleotides corresponds to an amino acid? That's something we will talk about it a little bit later on. Here it is. You have the template 3', 5', 5', 3', transcription. Of course, you have the codon. We talked about this. On the mRNA does not have adenine. It does not have T, A. How come it has U? Oh, it's the it's the other way around. A, that U is mixing it up, or I'm mixing it up. 5 prime, 3 prime. Oh, that I know what he's doing here. It's confusing for you guys. I would not do it like this. I just forget about 3 prime, 5 prime for now. But that U, is that right? Hopefully, let's see. G, that's correct. No, it is not correct. So which strand? The template. Oh, the top one. See, he's using the top one. Okay, that's a template strand. I was using the bottom one, but he's using the top one. A, U, C, G. That's correct now. C, G, A, U, A, U, A, U, C, G, C, G, G, C, A, U, and G, C, T, A. That's correct. So he was using the top one. And then, of course, on the bottom, these three nitrogenous bases on mRNA is called the codon. These three is called the codon. These three is called the codon. These three is called the codon. And each one of them, you don't see it on this one. Each one of them is called a. Let's see. Each one of them. Can you guys see it now? Yes, a little bit better. Oh, let me see if I can relocate this. How about that? You guys can see it, but you cannot see it. But this is an amino acid, this is an amino acid, this is an amino acid, this is an amino acid. They're all different type of amino acids, but again, you cannot see it on the screen here. We have 20 different amino acids. Here is the table that you should not memorize for Wednesday. You need this table. I tried to put it on the screen for the lab. You do need this table. I will put it up on Monday. If you have it, bring it from home. You never know what these project. Here, look at this. Half of this projector does not see it. So bring one from home. We have a couple of textbooks in the lab, but if you can bring it, you need it for the lab on Wednesday. So let's go on this one. A, first letter is A, G, C. Well, the lab you're going to do, it's going to make a difference. The lab you're going to do is from bottom to top. I want you to read your RNA, your transcription from bottom to top. Reno is going to make a mistake because, for example, he likes to do that. So for the RNA you're going to build on Wednesday, you read it from bottom to top. First letter is what? G. Second letter is what? U. And the third letter is U. So first letter is G, which is not seen in this table. On the bottom is G. Second letter is U. So on the top, second, can you guys see the arrow? On the top, second letter is U. And the third letter is U. So G, U, U is right here. And that amino acid is valine. Valine. Valine is one of your amino acids which you studied at the beginning of semester. And then the second one is C. Great, this one is here. C, G. You see how I'm reading this table? C, G, and second letter, and A is the last letter. Ooh, C, G, A. Right here, C, G, A. Do you guys see that? C, G, A. You cannot see the first letter, but the second letter is C, G, A, and that is arginine. Amino acid. These are amino acid. Arginine. Let's do one more here. So, I want to pick U. U, C, G, U, C, G. What would that be? Sorry, I should go. I told you to read from bottom. U, C, G. What would that be? Serine. So on Wednesday, you have to be able to read this you have to be able to make transcription, the RNA based on DNA as well. Somebody had a question. Yes.
Yes. What would UAA be? It says stop.
UA, okay. I haven't talked about termination. It's called termination. At the end of your transcription, at the end of translation, you will have one of those three, UAA. So the cell knows to stop. At the beginning, at the very beginning, you have AUG. And I will talk about those. AUG, it means start, and always start is with the amino acid with methionine. MET, methionine at the beginning of. If you forgot your amino acids, I highly recommend to go back, take a look at them again. So, we'll talk about initiation, elongation, and termination in a minute. So, this is for termination. These three are for termination, which is right here. And then, of course, you have start, AUG. When do you start school? Not January, but in what, at the beginning, academic year starts in what month? Huh? Nobody? August, AUG. Easy to recognize, I guess. August, abbreviation for month of August is what? AUG. So you start on AUG. Okay? Do that make sense? Evolution of genetic codes. The genetic codes is nearly universal, shared by simplest bacteria to most complex animals. Genes can be transcribed and translated after being transplanted from one species to another one. It is possible now. With technology, it is possible to take the firefly, is that what you call it? That it glows at night?
Firefly.
Huh?
Firefly?
Firefly, thank you. They take the gene of firefly and put it in tobacco and it's glowing. They take the gene of firefly, they put it in pigs, it's glowing. It is possible. So that last segment, as I said, this one, genes can be transcribed and translated after being transplanted from firefly to tobacco. From firefly to pigs, from one species to another. It is possible. You take genes from one organism and put it in another organism. So, is that Amir, is that possible we transfer our genes from us to, I don't know, to donkeys, and donkeys become smart like us? I don't know, intelligence. Do we have a gene responsible for intelligence? These questions need you guys to get your PhD and answer. Right? You're all going to get your PhD and answer these questions that I'm proposing. Does intelligence have a gene? You know, I told you, brown collar, blue eyes has a gene. How about intelligence? Tron, you want to get your PhD at UC Davis and tackle that question, maybe? Okay, molecular components of transcription, RNA synthesis catalyzed by RNA polymerase, and so on and so forth, which I will talk about this. Hopefully the projector will be fixed on Thursday. I will talk about from this slide on Wednesday. Is there any question? Does anybody, does anybody have any question? Let's look at one other thing. I know we are losing a lot of screen save. No, I don't want you to save. I don't want you to do anything. You're not nice to me, so. Okay, you saw Earth and other planets, gentle reminders, guides to a happy life. How about that? Have you seen it? Guide to a happy life? Okay, a guide to a happy life. Thank you. A guide to a happy life. No one will ever get out of this world alive. If you think you will live, even though you discover how the telomerase works, and then you drink telomerase and you will live forever, think about it twice. You might live 1,000 years, 2,000 years, and eventually, even planet Earth, when you take zoology, I will talk about it. Will human world be extinct sometime? When is that? I doubt it happens during my time and your time. I doubt that. But eventually, human race will be extinct based on evidences we have. It takes a few million years. We are not even on planet Earth for 1,000,000 years yet. But any species who came to planet Earth, after 5 to 10 million years, they became extinct. Think about it. Do we human, with our intelligence, will last forever? I doubt it. So we all gonna die. No one will ever get out of this world alive. Resolve, therefore, to maintain a reasonable sense of values. Have some values. You all know what values is. To be on time in the class, to be honest, study. Take care of yourself. Good health. Do not eat too much. Do not sleep too much. I know, Amir, I'm tired. Amir, I'm always hungry. Well, exercise a little bit. Take care of your health. Good health is everyone's major source of wealth. Without it, happiness is almost impossible. Resolve to be cheerful. People will repay you in kind. Maya, if you're cheerful, you have smile on all the time, people will be kind to you. Will not be mean like me. Oh, the last one you cannot see. Avoid angry, aggressive persons. They are generally vengeful. People who are angry all the time, stay away from them. Like me. Is that right? Maricela, you never see smile on my face. I'm angry always. Avoid zealots. They are generally humorless. What is zealots? Anybody have a good vocabulary? Anybody know? Stephen, do you know what is a person who is zealous? A person who is fanatic. A person who doesn't see anything else but sees this. Tunnel vision people. Fanatic people. They do not have open mind. Do not. They do not have any humor. Don't hang around with them. Resolve to listen more and to talk less. He's telling me that. He's telling me, Amir, talk less and listen more. No one ever learns anything by talking too much, like Amir. Be chary. This cherry means be careful, not the cherry you eat. The cherry you eat is E-R-Y. This cherry, C-H-A-R-Y, it means be careful. Be careful of giving advice, like Amir. Amir always give advice. Maya, is that right? Wise men, you're all wise. Wise men don't need it, and fools won't heed it. Heed it, it means they don't follow it. If you're giving advice to a fool, will he follow it? No. Yeah, and wise people like you guys in here, why should they give you advice? They're all wise. So be careful, be chary of giving advice to wise. To giving advice. Wise men don't need it and fools won't heed it. Resolve to be tender with young, compassionate with aged, sympathetic with striving, and tolerant of the weak and the wrong. Sometimes in life you will have been. What does that mean? Any of you in grammar? You will have been. It means both past, present, and future. That's what you will have been means. It means you have been or you will be. You will be. Where is it? Aged. Right now you're young. So be compassionate with them. Be tender with them. Because you will have been past, present, and future. Do not equate money with success. There are many successful money makers who are miserable failures as human beings. What counts most about success is how a person achieves. And I did not say any of that. Lloyd Shearer said. Maya is getting tired. She's stretching. I gave you 5 minutes stretch time. That was not enough. Reno is getting sleepy. So, is there any question?